So I'm back to a velvet underground, back to the floor that I love, to a room with some lace and paper flowers, back to the gypsy that I was, to the gypsy that I love. Lightning strikes, maybe once, maybe twice. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop singing. As I much let me get myself together. As much as I try not to talk about this situation so much, more and more information just comes out every day. This information is from Hypnotic. Shout out to Hypnotic, by the way. This confirms everything I said in the last two videos. So I'm gonna start the video and then you'll see.
From the guy's mouth exactly what he is saying here, because the best way to to listen to him is to hear what he's got to say. So let me bring up the video. Okay, so here is the video from the Project 2025 co-author that was caught on secret camera talking about talking about a national porn ban that he is so desperate to enact. Here we go.
That's that when I talk about 50-year issues that we've lost because we didn't have the right framing, that's one of them. And our view is we've got to have a culture that values babies and the life that's created and is focused on the birth rates and makes them a positive good as opposed to a burden.
I have no idea what any of that has to do with video games. I have no idea what any of that has to do with anything.
Okay, let's pause there. He said that we got to have a culture that values babies and birth rates and make babies a positive good and not a burden. Hypnotic is like, what this have to do with video games? Well, buddy, Hypnotic, this is why it pays to be a conspiracy theorist like myself. Video games and the not safe for work content play a huge part in their crazy idealism. More and more people are not wanting to have children. For one thing, nobody can afford a child in this day and age, with jobs becoming rare and college being eroded. Therefore, nobody wants to have babies because they can't afford them. Secondly, having children is a huge responsibility. Just bringing them into a world is a painful and life-threatening thing for women. Your life is no longer your own. It's dedicated to that child. For a lot of people, that's not fun. Having a hobby like gaming is way better than some stinky, bratty baby that's probably not going to love you in return when they grow up. Yeah, I know some people love being parents, cool for them, but for the rest of us, we're not interested. We just want to live our lives and have fun in the time we have. And they hate that. They want to lock us into that same old biblical be fruitful and multiply nonsense so that they can have more sheep to slaughter, more bodies for war, more people to traffic, and more tax dollars. That's all it is. Oh, and to propagate their gene pool. Let's not forget that if y'all seen that commercial. That's enough. I'm going to resume the video.
But he's probably going to try to make the correlation that, because people are watching pornographic material, that somehow means that they're not all out there having babies. That's basically it. That's probably the correlation he's going to try to make there, which is absolutely stupid. But in any case.
And so, we're always looking for what's the immediate fight leverage point that we can win and win a debate that allows us the next fight to get more of the win than we could have. For instance, right now we came up with an idea on pornography to make it so that the porn companies bear the liability for the underage use as opposed to the person who visits the website getting to just certify that I'm 18.
So he says the quiet part out loud. That is amazing. He says the quiet part out loud, which is okay. So how do we get the conversation to start in our favor where we can win a debate about pornography being banned? Oh, okay. Let's start with age verification and talk about it being for the kids. And then from there, we will continue on in the hopes to eventually get what we want to get banned, completely banned from the internet. This is how it begins. And this is why I keep telling people it never is going to end at just supposedly age verification, because they're starting off with the emotional argument. They want to get everybody emotional. They want you to be able to say in your mind, well, of course, I don't want kids watching porn. Who would say no to that? And most people would agree, right? That they don't want their kids watching that, of course. So they start off with something that is going to get people emotionally manipulated. And then they sweep in to get what they really want, which is to ban all the porn and ban a lot of video games that are deemed problematic. And it's not just Gooner games. Keep that in mind. It is not just Gooner games.
And we've got a number of states that are passing this. And you know what happens is the porn company then says, we're not going to do business in your state, which of course is entirely what we were after. Right? So
he just admitted that they were entirely after the porn company, saying they're not going to do business in that state. So they're essentially hoping about making it a permanent, like 50 state thing, that they will not have the porn companies working in any of these states, basically self-banning themselves.
Doing it from the back door, starting with the kids, and then like we'd have a national ban on pornography if we could, right? So like we would have,
say it,
the porn companies being investigated for all manner of human rights abuses. So that's how we approach a problem, and life is no different. We're looking for.
So that's how they approach a problem, by telling people this is about the kids, and then using that as a Trojan horse to get what they want banned, actually banned. I mean, they're literally telling you their plan. They're literally telling you their plan. It's amazing.
If we lose elections on this, then we don't have the ability to save babies. We don't have the ability to save life.
This has nothing to do with saving babies or saving lives. They flat out told you that it has to do with banning things that they don't like and censoring things that they don't like. It's completely and utter bullshit. We all know that. Anyway, let's continue back to now.
I told y'all that. I told y'all that Big Brother, aka the government, was behind all these organizations all along. Shinra was behind it all. And I'll keep saying it. They use groups like Collective Shout and the Coast to tug at your heartstrings, to throw out buzzwords like assault, incest, CA, non-consensual themes, or the classic "we got to protect the children from the bad content" line. It's emotional manipulation. They rile you up so you think you're fighting for some cause, but you're not. You're playing right into their hands, right into the trap. That's why Big Brother backs these groups. Collective Shout, Nicole's, all of them. Their agendas match perfectly. And what makes this even worse? The guy pushing all of this is at the top of the payment provider banking system. He controls the money. He is abusing that power to force his personal beliefs down everyone's throats. And he's connected to Project 2025. This man is trampling on everyone's basic rights, plain and simple. We have to fight this, because after they ban porn and violent video games, what's next? They're going to tell you what you cannot wear, what hairstyle you can have, what shows you're allowed to watch, what art is accessible. It's all a part of the plan, a complete cultural purge. They want The Handmaid's Tale meets 1984. That's what Project 2025 is really about. This is why I cannot stand religion, because too often it's used as a tool for control, to push harmful agendas. It's literally one of the ingredients in the playbook of Command and Conquer. And look, I'm sorry if that offends some of you guys. That's just how I feel. I'm not trying to come off like some kind of extremist. In fact, I got a comment recently from a normal Christian who say they don't support these toxic groups or what they're doing. And I want to say that not all Christians think or feel this way. It's just, unfortunately, we're stuck with the crazy extremists that unfortunately is a part of or control everything that we have. They control the global stuff. But listen, I need you. No, fuck that. We need you. The world needs you. You normal Christians, the everyday people who just want to live in peace, to stand up and help us push back against these extremists who are trying to destroy our livelihoods. They are turning this planet into a damn prison planet. And honestly, y'all should be more offended than anyone because these Illuminati cabalists are using your beliefs and faith as a weapon. They're twisting it to justify censorship, control, and oppression. That should piss you off more than anything. I know some people are going to be like, damn, Max, why so dramatic? But hear me out. It feels dramatic because their actions are dramatic. They're literally out here trying to play God with people's lives, trying to force us into some creepy dystopian society. We need to support people like Madam Savvy and others who are speaking out because this isn't just about media or video games anymore. This is about basic freedom. This is about the kind of world we're going to live in. We need to push back and fight because if your country isn't doing this type of censorship yet, trust me, it's coming soon to a theater near you. This shit is heavy. You're just trying to live, and some people always got to just ruin it. So thank you if you made it to the end of the video. I gladly appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, thoughts, or additional opinions about this whole situation, feel free to share them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your insights. Don't forget to like the video if you found it interesting and consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.